The Bilberry Arctic berry flavor, light and bouncy. Oh. And welcome back to the beer garden. Regardless of the time of year you're watching this video, as you can see, it is late fall here in the beer garden. One of my favorite times of the year to drink beer. It's a cool day. It's in the 40s and 50s. It's low gray clouds. I absolutely love it. It reminds me of an Icelandic summer day. No, it really does. And that's why up this round, we're having ourselves a bit of Einstok Icelandic Arctic Berry Ale. Now, I've traveled to Iceland a number of times, one of my favorite places in the world. I love extremes, and I find that Iceland is a land of extreme. The people, the location, they call it the land of fire and ice because of the glaciers and the volcanoes. It's just a fascinating, expensive place to visit. But it's just absolutely fantastic. I can go on and on and on. But let's talk about the beer. Coming up at the end of this brew review, I'm going to rate Einstok Icelandic Arctic Berry Ale out of 5 stars. How good a brew is it? And if you're here because you like beer, please, why else would you be? Tap that subscribe button down below. We're going for 2K subscribers. That'd be fantastic. Beer was illegal in Iceland until I think sometime in the 80s. They do fancy themselves some hard liquor. If you've ever had a bottle of Brennivin, that may be it. That's hard to get here in the States now, but that might be another brew review for another day. It's sort of like Aquavit. They highly regulate and highly tax their alcohol, so it's very expensive. If you are traveling to Iceland, buy your booze at the airport because you don't have to pay the tax. So when you land in Keflavik, buy the booze at the tax-free, what do they call it, duty-free shop in the United States. Buy your alcohol there before you leave the airport, or you're just going to be shocked at the price of it. And generally what people do in Iceland, they drink at home, and right when they're starting to feel good to go out for 1 or 2 drinks, because it is expensive when you buy it in bars or in liquor stores. One time when my now wife and I went to Iceland, we took a couple of friends of ours who had never been before. And so I went through the whole thing where let's drink at the bed and breakfast first. Yes, the bed and breakfast. We could afford that, but we were too cheap to buy the alcohol. But anyway, and then we'll go out for like 1 or 2 rounds because it's insanely expensive. So we made it to the Dubliner pub in Reykjavik, and I ordered 1 round of Brennivin shots. Brennivin is the iconic liquor of Iceland. And then a round of beer after that. So 4 shots and 4 beers was around $135. Them's New York City, Manhattan prices. This beer, apparently, Einstok Icelandic Arctic Berry Ale, is made for the arrival of warmer temperatures and abundant sunshine. We're celebrating summer with this limited edition Arctic Berry Ale. A refreshing wit beer flavored with tasty bilberries, handpicked near the Arctic Circle. It's perfect ale for your summer adventures, but enjoy it while you can. It'll disappear with the midnight sun. Well, here we are in fall. But if it's anything like some of the other Icelandic beers I've had, you can enjoy it any time of the year. It's just because their beers are so unusual. And to be perfectly honest, gray skies and in the 40s and 50s, that is an Icelandic day. I've been there in Iceland in the summertime, and I pretty much wore this. It doesn't get out of the 50s in the summertime very often. All right, let's pop a top and see what we got on Einstok Icelandic Arctic Berry Ale. Very precise, precision, clean snap of the can. It mentions on the can that this is brewed with bilberries. It's an Arctic berry similar to almost like a huckleberry, I believe, something like that. Not a whole lot of head to mention. It's quickly evaporating. I'm getting a very aromatic berry scent. I mean, I'm talking almost like a suave shampoo type of aroma off of that. Very, very berry, very feminine. All right, time for the liquid to hit the lips. I don't want to drink alone, so grab yourself a beer and SKOL, as they say in Iceland. Wow. Okay. When I was in Iceland, I've never had water more crisp and clean. Everything I ate and drank when I was in Iceland was so local and fresh and crisp and sparkling, and it was fantastic. And I have to say that Einstok Icelandic Arctic Berry Ale is right up in there. It is crisp and clean, glistening. You can see it almost looks like some type of a Miller Lite in color. The Bilberry Arctic Berry flavor is very, very light. You smell it more than you taste it, but it is very, very light and bouncy. And overall, a very European style beer. Now, if you're a fan of Euro beers, I mean, pretty well balanced. Not really hoppy, not malty. This isn't malty at all. I don't taste really any hops. Of course, it's a little too cold to grow hops in Iceland, from my understanding. Einstok Brewery is from Akureyri, which is a small little village up in north central Iceland, and it's like right between two fjords, and so it's kind of hard to get a hop growing up there. But really no hops in this at all. I do still have that lingering bilberry flavor, which is actually rather pleasant. This is almost teetering on the feel of I don't want to say a seltzer, but I'm going to say a seltzer with a little bit more flavor to it. So if you enjoy middle-of-the-road Euro lagers, I think you would like this. If you enjoy seltzers, I definitely think you would like this. If you're sort of put off by the beer taste and I'm not a beer drinker, I think you still might like this. For the very least, it's got a cool can. Look at that Viking with the Ray-Bans on. All right, so out of 5 stars, 5 being a very good brew, where would I put Einstok Icelandic Arctic Berry Ale? It depends on what you're looking for. I mean, for what they're brewing it for, spring and summertime, it is light, it is crisp, it is quality, and I believe now in the United States you can get this for around $8.99 a six-pack. Out of 5 stars, I'm going to give Einstok Icelandic Arctic Berry Ale a 4.59 out of 5 stars. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Tell you what, grab yourself another beer and please check out more of my 100+ brew reviews here on the channel. Love to have you. Also, as part of our group on Facebook, A Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review. And hey, it's a beautiful day here in the beer garden. Tell you what, grab yourself a beer and you drink that beer. SKOL.